Hello and welcome to another episode of the Offload podcast. It's brilliant to have you with us. Thanks again, as always, to 15 Kings Black
Go on,
Friday.
15
Get out
Kings.
there and buy. Help out your local
Yes.
menswear, women's wear, local shop, butcher, whatever you can do. Listen, it really, every individual business out there really appreciates it. So go out there and
Very
try
true.
and get those Christmas presents bought. And if you
It-
want to buy some 15 Kings, happy days.
So true, Tommy. You can do it all online nowadays, but there's nothing like getting out to the local shop, really, is there? I know we sound a bit gimmicky with it, but just making the effort.
Well, I have been out around the shops this week, and
Have you?
yeah, I'm in Castle Troy Park Hotel, Donncha.
Is that where you are?
Taking it back to the good old days.
Ah,
down in
happy
Limerick.
days. Yes, great. Oh, did I still do the unbelievable baked ham in the morning for breakfast?
Well, I haven't had the breakfast yet. I've only had the club sandwich tonight.
Oh, how did that go? What was the ham like in it?
Big. It's a bit hard to
Said
get the
no one ever.
I know.
That is the most
No.
back thing I've ever heard.
But you know the way when
Sorry,
you get a burger.
your sandwich was too good.
Do you know you get a burger and you just can't get your mouth around it. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, listen. If that's as big a complaint as you get, Castle
Yeah,
Troy,
brilliant. Well done.
to you.
Sorry, Castle Troy, for making you an unbelievable big sandwich for the rugby player. What will we make it?
It makes me think, though, remember the fear, because so this is obviously for people who are listening, this is where we used to always stay in a hotel or the Strand later on as well, but we used to always stay here when we were training in UL, and the fitness training, and there were some dark days down at Castle Troy, I have to say.
See, I never really had the fear in around there because it still feels kind of homey. You know what I mean? You know you're home in an hour anyway, so that kind of stuff. But I didn't. There's places like the Radisson there in St. Helens. You know
still Oregon.
When I walk in the door there, I instantly get a knot in my stomach. You know, and you know the beautiful smell of, is it Brasso or something? They keep polishing the lovely stairs with. And it has quite a unique smell, but in my head, I'm there, oh my God, here we go, it's nearly match day.
It just takes you back, doesn't it? It takes you back.
It's
amazing. Now, there were great days here as well, because we used to come down here, went on weeks off, and we used to have the odd social and whatever else, and some really good times with club coming down. And it made me think maybe Chuckle actually was in the lift. And I remember there was one time we'd obviously gone out for a few pints, and Isaac Boss, the scrum half, he'd gone belugas, and I was rooming with him, and he was
bad.
He came back to the room middle of the morning, and I was already in bed, and he came in anyway. Didn't get up for breakfast, so it was all the chat at breakfast the next morning, and Frankie goes, I'm going to play a trick on him. I'm going to get him. So later on, the phone rings, and Bossy's passed out. I pick it up, and I'm like, no, he's here. And I pass the phone over to him, and he goes, Isaac, I can't even do the accent.
Go on, it's not bad.
Did you have a Big Mac last night? And he goes, yeah. It's Eddie here. Can I see you down in the team room? I have never seen someone jump out of bed, brush their teeth 3 times with 3 tubes of toothpaste, and leg it down the corridor, and everybody was in on it. We were all looking out the corridor, watching him sprint. Like the fear that the head coach has called you, and you have to go to a meeting.
Over a Big Mac. That's the last thing you need when you're in that state, though, isn't it? You're like that paranoid.
And he just got down to the team room in a full fluster and wearing clothes back to front and just all over the shop. And I was looking around, and everybody's looking at him going, "You all right? Is Eddie here? Where's Eddie? Eddie?" Oh man,
Frankie Sheen,
so good.
What a man, doing loads of stuff for his own personal entertainment. Like when we used to stay out in the City West, he'd sit down there in reception and just be on to your man Kevin, that used to look a little bit like Magsy. Do you remember him?
With the square head or a 50p head, kind of.
Yeah, that's grand on Magsy. It's not too good to the poor fellow this
Sorry,
listening.
Kevin, not you, not 50p. You're definitely a 20 cent.
But he'd ring and he'd be there, "Hey, Brian O'Hare, I need to see you down in the reception." And you'd have lads just legging it down, and Frankie just pissing himself laughing for the pure entertainment of it. Just too good.
And then eventually, a coach might actually ring the room.
Yeah.
Like, this is 4 phones.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no.
Jog on, Eddie. Oh, it's too good. Actually, where you're staying now is where CJ Sander, when he came over first, stayed. When he came over first, I don't know that I tell you this before, his English wasn't as sharp as it got.
Right.
So they thought, we want to integrate him, we want him to be a part of it, but there is going to be time that he needs a break. So leave him stay in the Castle Troy and we'll get over and back to him when we kind of need. But Brian Murphy, who would have been kind of like our team logistics manager, looking after all that kind of admin stuff, I think CJ stayed there for nearly 2 weeks, and he noticed afterwards that there was no room bill. Zero, nothing on the room bill.
Right.
He was boiling eggs in the kettle from the shop across the road, and he was eating noodles out of the... Oh, because he hadn't played for Munsterman and he didn't want to tear the ass out of it. So he thought of...
Oh, wow. Really?
Unbelievable. And then you'd us, honestly, going in and ordering like flat whites and cappuccinos and biscuits. We were there, can you try on the Munster account?
Put that in CJ's account. You know, funny, is there still a Munster account? Because when I came in, she looked at me.
No chance if your toasted sandwich goes on ours, man.
She looked at me and because I'm here, I'm off visiting shops, doing a whistle-top tour of Ireland, visiting shops, and but I went in and she kind of looked at me and named and she says, are you here with business? I said, yeah. And then she said, are you with the rugby crew? And I was like, used to be. And then she goes, all right, so you're not on the account. And I was like,
oh, jeez, you idiot. You had your window, Tommy. You could have had it.
I know.
You could have had the biscuits.
Well, I was thinking it's hardly the IRFU account, so it's the Munster account, is it?
Well, geez, I don't know. It was. But hold on now. You've everyone calling into the Castle Troy going, throw that on the Munster account.
Well, anyway, I missed it. Raging.
Brilliant.
If you wear your Munster tracksuit top and probably a beanie as well, you get in here, stay for nothing.
There you go.
But make sure you boil your eggs in the kettle.
Tell him Tommy sent you.
Don't go for the club sandwich, it'll rip the mouth off you.
Do you know, it's actually the perfect place for people to say on the 4th of March when we're playing in Limerick.
Oh,
there you go.
Yes, of course, yes. I have to say that, yes. Live shows. Belfast is sold out. Yes, we'll say that again. Belfast is sold out. Thank you very much.
Well done, Belfast. Well done.
There were question marks, but you proved it right. Well done, guys. Everybody look forward to that.
It was beyond question marks, Tommy, to be fair. There was one point I was there. Don't be stupid, boy. I'm not going up there. There's no one interested in us in Belfast. And look at it, boom, done.
The Munster people are not very welcome in Belfast normally, particularly you, Donncha. You wouldn't have had a great reputation up there in years gone by.
You don't have to tell me. I used to find out about it when you'd rock out in Old Ravenhill. I knew where my value was.
The good old days.
We're in Limerick on the 4th of March, and then the next day we're in the Ambassador on the 5th, and that is the weekend of the Welsh match. So the Ambassador in Dublin on the 5th of March, the night before we take on Wales. So I promise you, it's going to be electric. It's going to be great crack. Then the following week,
will we? Is it worth getting a Welsh here too long?
Yeah, they're daft as brushes.
They're great storytellers. I will get a couple of stories. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have good guests for it as well. Look forward to that.
Don't worry about Belfast. It's done, lads. The 10th of March. Tommy's got it over the line. But the following... That Friday, we are in Cork on Friday the 13th, the day before we play Scotland. So if you'd like to come along, we would love to see plenty of availability for Cork, Dublin and Limerick. So get involved.
Yeah, no, listen, thank you so much for those who bought tickets already. It's flying, yeah. And a great Christmas present as well. So
it's a brilliant Christmas present.
Instead of paying €290 or whatever it is for a ticket to go to one of the matches nowadays, just come to see us. We'll give you a bargain. We'll give you a much better laugh.
I saw something you could wrap it in. Listen to this. Aldi have just launched the world's first lickable wrapping paper. Guess what flavour it is? And think outside the box here now.
Candy cane for Christmas?
Pigs in blankets. So it actually, when you lick it, it tastes like meat.
What?
Yeah, it's their new wrapping paper. It's limited edition. It's only for the festive season. It smells like smoky pigs in blanket. It's basically inspired by their double wrapped pigs in blanket range, which has won awards for Aldi. We'd have to get a few off O'Connell off. Paulie, will you send us, have a word with Kevin the carrot there and send us out a few of those?
I mean, surely they should have made it roasted carrot flavour for Kevin.
Roasted carrot. Well, yeah, what's there for the veggies and Kevin and the lads?
I mean, smoky bacon's a bit risky, isn't it? I mean, that you really want the house smelling of smoky bacon?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but you should see it. It actually looks the part because it's kind of like got a cute little pig and then he's standing beside a pig that's wrapped up in a bit of bacon. I didn't have those till I went over to England, man. Have you had those?
Pigs and blankets? Oh, love them. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I go treat myself and go into Marks and Spencer's now if I'm doing a roast, and I'll get a couple of those. I make them sometimes too, but yeah, Jesus.
You do in your arse. Who you calling?
You do, but they're a pain because they stick to the tray and you have to put like a cocktail stick in them to keep them in place. They are a pain in the arse.
You're getting it all here, lads. Take that, Nigella.
Nigella's potatoes. You ever done those?
No, go on.
Right, if I've got one.
Does she do it in the, what's she called, the microwave again?
The microwave.
Good on you, Nigella.
Nigella's roasty potatoes.
I was on the late with her one time, man. She is stunning looking.
Is she? That's why she's something kind of sexual about her.
Oh,
where she talks. She does, doesn't she? Did you get that whenever you're talking to her? No.
Yeah.
She talks about the food. It's kind of like, whoa, sultry. Until she mentions microwave. Anyway, semolina powder with your roast potatoes, game changer.
What? Semolina's been done since the 1960s, man. No one, you wouldn't even be able to buy that anymore. Where do you get that?
Yeah, you get it, honestly. So you parboil your potatoes, right? Then you throw in, then you drain them, let them steam for a little bit, throw the semolina powder on them, put the lid on, bash them, right? Bash them back. And then at that stage, you have a tray already in the oven at 220 degrees with duck fat or whatever in it, right?
For take, all right, done.
Then you pour the potatoes with the semolina into them, and 50 minutes later, turn them once or twice. Oh my God. If you do these, send us a message. Let me know how good they are. They are next level.
Wouldn't you know we got the shit kicked out of us at the weekend because we've chatted for how long about anything but rugby. It's you know that game where there's the three things. Who the lady, who the lady, who the lady. Don't look at this.
Yes, people do get annoyed with the way tangents we go. I do want to say though, that pigs and blankets wrapping paper, don't put it under the tree. My dog would have it gone.
Oh, geez. Well done, Tommy. Well spotted, fella.
I mean, if that dog can lick the paper, that's goner.
Yeah. Do you remember that? Yeah, licking paper. Sorry, my sister used to have it. No paper. That if you scratched it, it smelled like strawberries and different things.
Yeah.
It was massive in the 80s. Kind of fancy paper.
Yeah,
bring back fancy paper.
Well,
bring back fancy paper and get rid of TMOs. That's our takeaways from today.
TMOs, yeah. You're a clip now, you calling out World Rugby. I think people got it wrong a little bit. Like, we weren't calling it out about the Ireland game in particular. We're just a little bit pissed with the game in general.
That's what happens when you eliminate context of the whole conversation. Yeah. Worth a listen if you're there. The dressing room last Tuesday night, it's a bit evergreen. The two of us were, to be honest, Tommy, we were really down, man, weren't we?
We were cranky.
Yeah. I know an awful lot of the South African supporters think like we're looking at wins, and we're not. Genuinely, fair play to you. Unbelievable scalp, fully value for your win, but we're just looking at the whole context of stuff and just
rugby in general.
Out of frustrating.
I'm looking back on it. Yes, they did a job on us, but I do think that up until James Ryan getting that red card, I think, we're 5-5 still in the game. Our game plan just went out the window from there as well. Here, one other one before we go to rugby, because I do need to mention this to you.
Go to rugby.
Yeah, okay, no. Hey, did you see?
But what else does Nigella cook?
Well, listen, we were talking about Barry Murphy, how good he was with the zombie and everything else is great. I saw in the paper this week that the Irish under-19s women were playing in a competition in Bulgaria, right? Lining up for the anthems. Proud moment for the girls representing their country. And out come the speakers and it starts playing God Save the King.
Wow.
Oh, the crowd started booing. The players started looking side to side. Like, what do you do? The speakers is playing God Save the King. So all of a sudden, after about 30, 40 seconds, it stopped. and then the girls didn't know what to do, so it was just silence. So they just started singing Aron Vein a cappella.
Brilliant. Yes.
No music, no nothing, going for it. Fair play. That good.
It's beautiful. Good on them. Well done them. You genuinely, for just not only, because look, you're right, that's a really proud moment. And just to take the moment to enjoy it a little bit as well is quite important. So good on the girls there to be able to do it.
A European Championship qualifier in Bulgaria against Sweden. And listen, albeit it didn't go well for them, but I don't know. That's a real cock up by the organisers, isn't it? Wouldn't be happy with that.
We had one though with the New Zealand anthem. Remember, after I was bitching and whinging about the English setup, and then the following week, we didn't play we played the Maori part of the New Zealand anthem, or else we forgot that bit. Do you remember that happened?
No. Oh, whenever you were giving out about England and Twickenham.
Yeah.
And people you had a right go at England, didn't you? So we cocked it up the following week, did we?
Yeah. We didn't play the full New Zealand anthem. It's too big to get wrong, lads, I think. Yeah. And do you know what? A cappella is the future, isn't it? Scotland have shown it. Wales at the weekend, man. Oh my goodness, that is magic. Yeah. Now I love that choir they have. You know the choir with the fecking goat. You know that. What's the crack with that goat, Tommy, man?
No idea. I have no idea.
I had a run in with that goat because it was in our warm-up area.
This is the Welsh choir or the Welsh military or whatever it is. They take a goat out onto. I must Google that what it actually is all about. But yeah, they take a goat and it stands beside one of the royal guards.
Yeah, but when you're warming up, like you're trying to maneuver around the pitch, and there's a goat, like you're there. What is going on? Yeah,
it's so weird the way each country has different things. Like remember, just France used to release a chicken. A rooster out onto the middle of the pitch. Do you know what? I'm going to say something and you're going to hate this now, right?
No. Here we go. If it involves scrums, I don't want to talk about it.
No, it's not. It's before the even scrums have started. Catherine Connolly, our new president, delighted to see her first time getting out to welcome the crowd and shake the players' hands, whatever else. It takes so long, Donncha. Can the president not just come out and stand and wave to the crowd and stand there for the anthems? Like, do they need to go and shake everybody's hands? Like, I know. But I think about for the other teams. You know, like they're come out of the change room.
Fiji, the time they met Michael D, man.
No,
all kneeling down.
Yeah, okay, good. Like, well done, Fiji. The South Africans weren't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you come out, like you're there, do the warm up. Yeah, and I know this is going to be controversial, and people.
Of course it is. Go on. But Tommy has no time for Catherine Connolly.
No.
I'm joking.
I said it with Michael D as well. Like, I just think it's a real lull in the whole build up to the match, I think. And there's and it's wonderful honor for the players to go and shake the president's hand. But what, like, I don't get it. No other countries do it. Bar Scotland, Princess Anne.
Yeah. But what about the ceremony? Like the feeling of going to battle and
stand there in front of her and sing the anthem.
What do you think she should do? Fist pump them all, just run down the line.
No, she doesn't need to come out. Like, honestly, it was awkward. She came out, stood at the end, and obviously, listen, it's her first time. But then you're walking and there's so many players nowadays. Not just the 15.
That's true.
You have 23. Then you have Khaleesi not knowing whether to shake her hand or whatever else. Then he has to go introduce Then she sits and talks to the referees. And I'm like, oh, for goodness sake, I know it's your first time, but come on, it's a test.
Do you know what? That's our point of difference. The next time we get to Catherine, right, and we say to her, listen, Porter has a short bind, right, but it's still not illegal. Where he puts his hand is his decision. He's not tipping him into the bin.
She maybe said the wrong thing to Matthew Carley, the referee, stood on his toe or something. But I just
absolutely. How do you like your potatoes?
And I loved it. I love the World. I think it's World in Union song they play in the background, and it's great. I just think with the whole fireworks, the lights off, it's before the anthems. It's just like, and it takes nearly 10 minutes. So anyway, I just
now that we're all venting about something in the autumn that annoyed us, can I go after you?
Well, listen, I want to hear from the viewers and listeners as well. something that annoys you, or I would love to know if you agree or disagree with this. So please do send us a message on the Offload or comment on YouTube or whatever, wherever you're watching. We'd love to hear from you. Donncha, what's your turn?
I did enjoy, I must say, I love you as a pundit. And I'm not blowing smoke. You're very good, you're accurate, you're to the point, and you're distinct, which is really good. You get to it really fast. And I was proud of you the other day, straight away in the synopsis, when you straight away you were there. Yeah, I'm proud of that team for that performance. It was a good on you, Tommy. But something I think that needs a little bit of work for you and your colleagues in that space
Okay, yeah, love it.
is the lack. Oh, you're a good-looking fella. Oog's a good-looking fella. Danny Kerr's a good-looking fella. All the
But Brian
people
O'Driscoll,
involved.
is that what you're saying?
Brian O'Driscoll's a good-looking fella.
Oh,
it's
sorry,
all
okay.
backs. It's all backs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when it comes to depth in scrummaging, ye haven't a fiddlers. You know what I mean? I do think we need, like, think of it. David Flatman. I watched a game where he was on the pitch side. There was a scrum right behind him, and he was able to actually educate the viewers there and then. Now, I know he has a head like a warty turnip. You know what I mean?
And he's a great pundit, though. He is a great pundit.
He's undoubtedly outstanding. I'm not being hard. I was trying to hop the ball, but I'm there. This is the area of the game that everyone's interested in. It's the area of the game that people need more growth in, because half the team don't really know it. You know what I mean? Like, not being harsh, but you don't really know about angles and binds and stuff like that. And then I was thinking, like, there's loads of really good ones. Like, who won? Well, sorry, he didn't win Traders, but he might as well have. Joe Myler, like, imagine him involved there and just getting his...
But, like, he's probably fucking the price he wants, but I suppose that's the same as O'Driscoll. I'm knocked down bargain. No, well, like we had Rory Best on commentary. I mean, you can't get better than that for a man who knows the insides. And his best commentary I heard from the whole match was him just going, "Is there a stage where you can just stop giving penalties in the scrum?"
I didn't know that, because do you know what I would be doing? I'd be getting him in a pair of boots, man. Oh my goodness, Rory Best could scrummage. As the scrummage and hooker goes, man, it was like having another tight head. Exactly what happened also with Malcolm Marks, that kind of ability to kind of split and make it a 2-on-1 battle. Frog had that in
That was
spades.
his strength, wasn't it? For people who wouldn't
incredible. know. He was... Honestly, so strong behind him. Really was.
Couldn't hit a barn door with a ball in the line out, but a hell of a scrummager.
That's not true either. That's not true. I'm well up for slagging him off. When it comes to set piece, he was quite different.
No. I mean, Rory was brilliant. I'd love that in a windy day with Rory. Like, his line out throw would go straight to the out half.
Not true. Not true. You're taking. But anyway, sorry.
But
there's
if they didn't
learning.
compete, then it's play on. You really happy days.
My point is, please, a little bit. The pretty guys are great and they're really important, but we do need, if the game's for all shapes and sizes, we need a few front rows. I know you're opposed to them even being involved in the conversation about World Play of the Year, but all the pretty boys won't leave them into the punditry. But like, they have knowledge on it.
Yeah, but they're weird though.
They are weird. Yeah, honestly, I listened to the RT podcast with Bernard Jackman and Mike Ross, and honestly, after 2 minutes, I was there. Oh, now I know what it feels like being back in a front five meeting. Yeah, there. Oh, jeez, lads.
So is that what people want on the telly?
Yeah. I don't know what they want. Everyone's TikTok dancing knows it, isn't it?
To be fair, Donncha, how did you find? Because you did commentary on the BBC.
Yeah.
And for 2 hours, I mean, I know we discussed this a little bit on the dressing room, but it was, that little bit people might not have been able to listen to.
Yeah, and go back and listen to it. Well worth for the equivalent of €1.50 a week. Get into the dressing room, will you?
Please, we would really appreciate it. Absolutely, just give us a bit of support. Any support we really appreciate. But at the same time, for you to have to commentate on the reset of the scrum, go back and look at this on the TMO. It was over 2 hours, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, that is a long time for you and one other commentator to discuss a game of rugby.
And not only that, like, I was grateful because at halftime we were meant to keep it going. And to be fair, Adam, the producer, spotted it and threw in an interview with Bortwick just to give you like 3 minutes of breathing space. But it's just the length of the game. Look, I don't want to go over it again because I turn into Victor Meldrew, but I can't believe, right? Our rugby games are going on to like 2 hours 15. But yeah, we still put a shot clock on kickers for a minute. Like, genuinely, isn't that the most pointless act of all time? So someone gets home like at 2 hours 15 instead of 2 hours 16. You're there like, lads, just
let's speed up the game.
Yeah,
rush the kickers.
What I must say is I enjoyed it an awful lot. I must say, and you're going to say I'm blowing smoke, but we did it for Craig Doyle. I was with Chris Jones on the BBC, and to be fair, he's incredible and just good conversation as well. Like, I'm into rugby, so I actually quite enjoyed it. The only thing is, it did get a little bit monotonous because what South Africa was doing, like, South Africa had a lump hammer. We said this, and they said, this is the lump hammer, and you're getting the lump hammer all day. And I was like, oh man, you've got deadly backs that can scalpel things. You know what I mean? Any chance you use a scalpel once or twice just to give us something different to talk about. But no, that wasn't the day for it. I enjoyed it. But I think that is an incredible art, that ability, especially on radio, to paint the picture, isn't it?
He's class. Yeah, no, I've got to work with Chris a couple of times. It's been really good. Right. Okay, let's talk a little bit more rugby, our review of the Autumn Nations and Pro 14 this weekend. But before we do that, let's take a listen to these. Thank you so much for listening to the Offload podcast. We would love if you joined us in the dressing room. Every Tuesday night, you'll get the opportunity to get exclusive content. We'll have no adverts. And you get into the draw to win some badly needed and much loved rugby tickets.
You're not wrong, Tommy. There you go. Step into the dressing room. Head to offloadpodcast.com. That's offloadpodcast.com. And for €6 a month, you could join us in the dressing room. We'd love to answer your questions.
We sure would. You putting the boots on?
Let's go, Tommy. Let's tug out.
There we go. Right.
Smoothly done, Tommy. Really smoothly done.
Thank you. Here, I want to get your opinion.
How long are you on the telly now?
What Nigel Owens said. Did you see this piece with Nigel Owens? Because there's been an awful lot of talk about Scrum, me being one of them, probably saying, let's get rid of the Scrum. Let's just use it to restart, get the ball into the Scrum and get it out again. Nigel Owens has made quite a good point. He said rugby is a game for all shapes and sizes, which, to be fair, it is, and it's wonderful. And I was speaking to a few people the last few days who play club rugby over here in Connacht and in Munster, and like that's the one thing that they love about it.
Yeah.
He said, depower the Scrum anymore, and you may as well watch a game of rugby league. It will destroy the community game if there's no place for the good old-fashioned type of prop. Keep meddling with the game and you will destroy it.
That's a standing ovation. Nigel Owens, well done. And in fact, it's so good, put him straight into World Rugby. I honestly think, like when you call Batman, when you put on the light, himself and Joe Schmidt, just, lads, we're having a little bit of problem here with our rugby. Can you fix it? Nigel, can you fix the refs? Joe, can you fix the rest? And let him at it. Because it's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But the Scrum takes so long.
No, I know. Are we going to go there? Are we genuinely going to go there?
Well, I agree. I love the Scrum, but it's not about the good old-fashioned props anymore. Like that prop, though, who is it? Detoy, who was playing for South Africa, 145 kilos. I saw him get down and jackal a ball at one stage. And I thought, is that a back rower? It's a fucking tight head prop who's an absolute mutant.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what's playing on a Saturday down in the club,
No, that's not true. Yeah, you're right. And whatever about that, remember when the clock was in the raid, man, and they rolled the 2 on just before half time? Like,
Razzie, that was amazing. Razzie in the tunnel with the earphones on. It looked like NFL style.
Yeah, honestly, it was like that scene in Braveheart. When the 2 lads are in the audience or in the crowd, just mercy, for God's sake, mercy.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with it, honestly. I actually, and because I know you had a bit of a rant on World Rugby the other day, but I don't know what they do. Like, I think if they can manage some of the already laws that are there, like ball put in straight, Like,
Go away. Don't be silly. You're at nothing if you were going to that point. This is the point I was making about backs that actually haven't a fucking notion about scrummage.
no, but the offside laws, like the offside's not been managed really well either.
No, I honestly, I've a fixed. Genuinely, get rid of your TMOs. And honestly,
Can't, man.
no, get rid of the TMOs and the fellas that we promoted. Remember, we called them, instead of touch judges or flag bearers or whatever, make them referees. Just get all three involved in the game, and boom, you work them as teams.
Yeah, I just think it takes the pressure off the referees so they can concentrate in the game at hand with a TMO.
Yeah. But what does a touch judge do nowadays? Genuinely, Tommy, who genuinely? When was the last time? It was probably one penalty for offside, but they're against a team that blitzes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Touch judges are a waste of time. You can surely get technology that tells you where the ball goes over the line. You know what I mean?
Like, does a hooker hook anymore?
Yeah, but a hooker, genuinely, a hooking is lethal. Like, do you know the weight that you're trying to do? And even I'm telling you, when a hooker, for me, if I'm on behind that kind of tight head or even the loose head side, when they go onto one leg, I'm nearly tipped into the bin. It's bananas. Like, there's so much weight there. You mentioned one player's 140. Imagine like all 16 of them. The weight, and you're asking a fella there to like go on one leg and basically swipe around.
I understand that, but like, would that make it a little bit more even, like less chaos?
Look, there's a load to it. I think Nigel Owens is right. To be fair, South Africa are ahead of the game. Their scrummaging is ahead of everyone else. You're right. They probably have superior athletes and they've access to them. But I think we've found the answer before and we will again. But I think we need an awful lot of work. We need to probably work like a better unit. I know it didn't help that we were down to all sides of it, but I think an awful lot of us is coachable. Another area that I've heard come up an awful lot is in the fact that in schoolboy level, until under 18s, you don't scrummage more than a metre, and that isn't the case in South Africa. You can pump teams, from quite an early age, but I don't know, I'm a massive fan of that as well. I think you know what I mean? You're at a developmental stage as well with young athletes that you have to kind of mind them a little bit.
Oh, but then one thing I'll say, I think that's important. One
of my old school coaches, Gareth Fitzgerald, sadly, who's passed away now, but I remember like you were only allowed to push a metre, and we would do scrummaging sessions till our shoulders were red raw. I remember Kean Bradley's shoulders actually being on fire after training one day, and one day, like, honestly, he had enough, and he was like, Gareth, we can only push a metre. And I remember him grabbing him and just going, we'll win the metre every time. And like, he was teaching us how to scrummaging. I see it going on a little bit in schoolboy stuff at the moment, that you can start playing back rows as props. You know what I mean? I saw it there in the schools match even maybe 2 years ago, a prop taped up to jump in lineouts because he really is a back row. You know what I mean? Don't worry about scrummaging. I do think we probably need to self-police that as well. And I think that's a responsibility on coaching. You know what I mean? You have a responsibility to players that they know how to scrummage after being through your tutelage. Is that the word?
Tell me this, so from an Irish point of view, if we're going to bring through new tight heads and new props, when I see Munster have just signed Alatoa, the Australian prop.
Yeah, small, yeah.
And Slimani obviously is the tight head there in Leinster as well. Angus Bell is coming to Ulster as well. So obviously there was that talk of we're not allowed to sign tight heads, but Slimani and Alatoa are both tight heads. So I mean, if you're trying to bring through the next generation of tight heads, I don't know, that's just for Humph obviously has had to go back in this because I don't know.
And I agree with it in ways, right? You wouldn't want them to block up the pipeline, right? But what you do want as well, and I remember BJ Both are coming down, and just the vast experience and being able to ask, you could see him teaching on, you know what I mean? And that's what you would hope for that's going on in this case. And I do think we do a good job of it. It's just probably we need to identify players more. Like, we have a massive amount of back rows. I wonder, should we be looking at the depth chart earlier and saying, listen, you know what I mean? Can you start considering, you know what I mean, tight, hooking, loose, and give him time, Tommy.
I think Dan Sheehan was a back rower, wasn't he?
Wow, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah,
and they
well, he's all
converted
the
him into a
skill set
hooker.
for it, yeah.
But I mean, a hooker nearly
The
is.
toasty got you there, fella, did it? It was very big.
Slight burp in the background.
Everyone's going into the Castle Troy for a toasty. Can we rename the toasty in the Castle Troy?
Okay, right. Listen, we've talked about this. Right, Autumn Nation Series. Tell us who impressed you. What team are we looking out for? What teams impressed? What team's gone down? Who do you think we need to look out for?
Well, South Africa basically announced themselves up front and centre on their own at that point. It was disappointing for Australia. I think they're probably the greatest losers in it. It was just a bridge too far, and now, unfortunately, everyone is questioning them around the Lions tour. You know what I mean? Which isn't the case. They were way better than, I think, 15 matches at international level in one season is crazy. But
who's your number 2 team in the world?
Ooh, I would always think the All Blacks, to be fair.
Even though England beat them and look quite comfortable with it.
England look good. England definitely, like, they're on a march, 11 wins on a row. I think they're probably favourites to win the Six Nations, and they'll get better as, you know what I mean, with the confidence building. And we both know it, man. Twickenham is a tough place. Sorry, Allianz Park, is that what it's called? Or Allianz
Park,
Stadium?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Hard place to go, and they'll be difficult to beat. Yeah, the only thing for me with England, though, I think, what's the name of that? Is it a bird or a fish or something that just copies everyone?
A parrot? Troy Parrot?
Maybe, no. There's something. Oh God, it'll come to me. We've well gone off this.
Cockatoo.
I think. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
a magpie. It steals everything.
All right, don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's not going to come to
an eagle.
Tommy, you're just annoying people. Stop it.
Sorry.
I think we can get better at the kicking game. Definitely. I think they've stolen a march on that a little bit. Borthwick holds high value on that, but I think we can improve on that area. I think their area of probably set piece dominance, they could probably step up, but I don't know that they have the same depth as someone like South Africa. So yeah, England definitely stock rose over the thing, but were they helped a little bit? The fact that, you know what I mean, how many Lions players had they away? 10. It gave a chance to have new experience, to miss none of their coaching group, bar Wigglesworth. So
yeah. Well, I kind of agree with you. I think that England, the new laws play into their favour big time. They've a great aerial threat in the back three. I think that they're, with playing George Ford at 10, he's not he plays very well in the Gallagher Premiership, but like, you're kind of thinking for the future they'd be going Finn Smith or Marcus Smith. But the fact that they're going with George Ford, I like it, because I do feel so sorry for him that he didn't get picked to go in the Lions. But for the style of rugby that they're playing at the minute, putting the ball up into the air, playing the right areas of the pitch, it suits them perfectly. And listen, the winning, the results speak for themselves. So their first games obviously start as Six Nations against Wales. It's going to be really interesting in Twickenham or at the Allianz Stadium. What do you think of France? So, I don't know what to make of France. You think, you see them, the team that they picked against South Africa, and you think, this is going to be World Cup final, and it started, and then South Africa, that player sent off, and you're thinking France are going to pull away here, and they just implode again. Like, they beat Australia there last weekend. I don't really know what to make of that, and played against Fiji. Not really much to be said about that either. Do you think
they're about to get Superman back, like DuPont back for the Six Nations? You just don't know, you know what I mean, with the way their camp is, and they're also volatile, aren't they? They're so fiery in the in-house fighting, and the classic, which French team will turn up. You know what I mean?
So true, and so frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah. For the talent pool they have, they should definitely be blown out of the way. And look, the last match is England versus France. You would think that, at that point, would one of them have a Grand Slam on the line? That could be epic if that was the case.
And you like, if France don't start picking up a few more Six Nations, surely Alti is going to be in trouble.
He's in trouble.
At 9, like Le Garrick at 9 is class. And I know you're saying Superman Dupont because he is next level, but Le Garrick is unreal.
Yeah.
Then Luku, who plays for Bordeaux, he's unbelievable. Like, they have such talent.
They have such talent. They really do. They should be absolutely romping home. But you're right. This is, do you know what? There's going to be a few heads rolled this Six Nations, isn't there? If coaches are lucky enough to make it, or you just don't know what's going to happen. Like, Borthwick was for the door last year, and look at them now. They're absolutely loving him. But, like, Gregor Townsend is under pressure as well. You know what I mean?
Fiji are ahead of Scotland in the world rankings.
Are they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Fiji are 9th. Australia are 7th. Argentina 6th. France are 5th, Ireland, England, New Zealand, South Africa. So,
so there's our hope, lads. You know what I mean? Just cling to that. I'd rather be a Paddy than a Scot.
But, like, if you look at the Six Nations, right, 9th, 10th, and 11th is Scotland, Italy, and Wales. It's not saying much, is it?
Well, I was impressed with Italy against Australia. I think they'll be good, and for parts of that Italian match. The main thing is, Tommy, like, it's a lottery at the moment, isn't it? You just don't know, like, with the way it's going to be reffed out and played out.
Yeah.
Like, you could get someone sent off in the first 10 minutes and there's the game,
over.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about Scotland? Because there's always so much talk, so much hype. Scotland ran New Zealand so close. And to lose that match in the fashion that they did, you could see the heartbreak. And then 21-0 up against, I think it was 21 or 24-0 up against Argentina, and for Argentina to come back and win 33-24. I mean, Jesus, Gregor must be finding
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And look, David Nucefora's there, and like, I would see him as, forward thinking, steady pair of hands, also ruthless. You know what I mean? So, like, if he sees something in it, like Gregor's saying it's the best rugby he's ever seen this team play, and which you'd kind of agree with. But then you've seen what Franco Smith has done with Glasgow as well, and you wonder, 8 years in international rugby, it's a long time at the same voice. He needs to, like, I think Lee Blackett, having new voices around the place as well is never any harm. You know what I mean? Because the message, especially at the international level, it just really quickly, the players, you constantly need to be not stimulated, but nearly shitless that this fella mightn't fancy me and I could be out,
I think Ireland need a new coach, not head coach.
Who are you giving the boot, or who are you?
I don't really want to say.
You have to say, man. You have to. Who are you booting?
I think they need obviously Johnny coming in as well, respected, well known.
Johnny's gone, brilliant. Johnny out, his brother in. Substitution, Sexton for Sexton.
He was a new voice in there. But I just think, like, Andy Farrell came in at a time whenever there were a few question marks, few splinters starting to show maybe in Joe Schmidt's squad. And Andy came in and just brought a completely different dynamic. And the two of them were like chalk and cheese together. And I think it was really, really good. Now, I gather Paulie and Andy are a little bit that, but I just kind of think, do they need a new voice? Like, this is a huge 2-year period, Donncha. So the slate, like, everything should be on the table now to change. And I do think that Andy has got a big, and I presume all the coaches are under contract, but I just think, do you stick with the same coaching team that's done the Lions, that's been with this Irish team for the last couple of years, or 2 years out? Because the windows now, you kind of think you have 2 Six Nations, 2 Autumn Nations.
Well, you've this Six Nations, really, don't you? I know coaches have lost their roles before it, but if this Six Nations, this is moving one for getting out.
Yeah, you've literally 5 group sessions together, 4 or 5 sessions together before you're straight into the World Cup. So Andy Farrell, like, he's got to take a real hard look at his squad here and think.
You're avoiding the question, Tommy. Who do you boot out? Come on.
I don't know, Donncha. Who do you boot out?
Absolute coward. I genuinely don't boot any of them out. I actually think What we need is more time. I honestly think the lines hurt us a little bit in the fact that we had a lot of players away, and because Andy wasn't there, and I know everyone will say he was involved in picking this team, but he wasn't in camp, front eyes, giving out to people. I do think there's been little slips. There's a little standard slip. I know the small things.
It is big time.
Footwork into contact's gone. You know what I mean? Evasion at the line, multiple options is not as. And look, I know those players are jaded. I've done it myself. When you are like, you don't even know it, but you are after backing up 2 years in a row. You know what I mean? Your body is just a beat behind it all. But
slickness of passing has definitely dropped off a bit.
Yeah,
our defense, some of our tackling has dropped off a bit.
But we've lost a massive amount of leaders, man. Just look at it. Like, look what went out the door. You know what I mean? From you're not having that.
No, like, look, you've Doris, they have class players here. Yes, missing Johnny, and I know you think you've 100 caps Johnny, you've 100 caps Connor, you've 100 caps Peter O'Mahony, 100 caps Cian Healy, you've Keith, there are, yes, totally get, but like, that's the cycle. I mean, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And I just think a fresh voice. You talked about it there. Steve Blackett coming in. Phil Morrow has now joined the English setup. Like, they're bringing in, you look at South Africa, they brought Tony Brown in. They've brought in Jaco Piper, the referee. Like, they are, and you think of Alex Ferguson back in the day. Fergie was the head man, but he was always changing his head coaches underneath it.
Wow, you're fishing for someone and you won't give us a name, Tommy. Come on.
I'm just there's no point in me saying who needs to go. I'm just wondering.
It's clickbaity enough, isn't it?
No, but I'm wondering, does Andy
Tebow
Farrell
says time for Willie Bennett to go?
Willie, you'll never go. Number one. But I just wonder, Andy Farrell surely has to be looking. He'd be looking at the player. He'd be really doing a deep dive now in what do I need to do to get this team back on track.
Of course, but honestly, I would totally agree with you if I didn't know the men. If I didn't know those fellas for being the best, for
being too loyal.
No, I'm not, because I know they will do it too. They will put their hands up and they will upskill in the area that they were probably poor at or need requiring. I wonder, and does it? I know this, you might say it's a bit of a cop out, but there's brilliant people in terms of I'm just giving you one area. Do you get a specialist in agility, in footwork, just to stimulate the lads, or do you get someone do you get Mike Cron over to do workshops around the provinces in scrummaging? Do you know what I mean? Do you hop-ed something different? Or...
So you're saying get rid of Fogs? You said someone to take them and go.
Fogs, you couldn't get rid of Fogs.
No, I just listen. I there's no doubt. Like, you have Fogs, you have Paulie, you have Simon, you have Johnny. Yeah,
Dave Evans has to go, man. Make the call now.
But Evans,
you know,
Revs is the masseuse for people who don't know. But I just listen. Just throwing it out there. I'd say Andy Farrell will be definitely looking.
You're not throwing it out there because you're a little coward.
I'm not making these decisions. It's not my job to make these decisions.
You are honestly next stop politics, Tommy.
You were just talking about how the other countries have made changes and a fresh voice and a fresh face coming in. So you just said that, and I'm saying maybe Ireland need to do the same.
But my point in that was they had that kind of Lions block to do it, whereas
Ireland didn't. Ireland did, in the fact that Paulie got to captain or to coach through the summer, and Simon got to coach through the Six Nations. That was a fantastic opportunity for the both of them.
But I suppose that's
But who's number one?
Isn't that the Irish model, though? You know what I mean? Like, that you kind of nearly produce from within if you're in the system, a bit like New Zealand. You know what I mean? That there's a pathway if Andy was to move
Joe
on.
Schmidt
that there's.
Wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
I suppose he was Leinster.
Oh, sorry, he was Leinster.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know. Anyway, right, there's that. Right, let's look ahead to the weekend. We've discussed enough here.
Straight away, it's back on. Do you want to play
URC is
more
back
ads,
in.
Tommy, or do you want to remind people about the live show? March the 4th in Limerick.
We want
Dublin
people
on.
to go and watch the URC. Listen, it's great to have it back. We're excited to have the URC back.
Do you know what's interesting about it? There is straight away South African-Irish rivalry is going straight at it. So Connacht are playing the Sharks on Saturday. Munster take on the Stormers. That's a kind of top of the table clash.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And then, Tommy, you've got Benetton at home in the, what's the name of, what are we calling the stadium nowadays?
The URC. Oh, the Alpha Dia Stadium.
Alpha Dia
Stadium, yeah.
Yeah.
A private medical group they are. Very big, all over the UK.
Okay, yeah.
Alpha Dia. They haven't come into Ireland really yet. So
there's one in the Elysian and Cork, to be fair. Yeah.
Oh, is there actually?
Yeah. I think actually in Falvey's office is above it. If you need to go into Falve, you're calling in there. I'm there. Falve, my shoulder isn't moving right at all. And then Leinster are taking on the Dragons over there. So there's plenty of rugby.
Well, I hope and I believe the Irish teams and players. Obviously, the teams will be announced now, but that they'll be getting a rest. God hopes that they get a rest after last weekend, that battering session before Europe next weekend. That's going to be getting good.
I don't know about that. For me, I'd love Craig Casey and Jack Crowley to be involved. I know that they might.
They need a rest. Like, we got to talk with player welfare here.
I know there's player welfare, but geez, I
suppose Jack was sin bin for half the game. That bit of class when he did that cover run as well. And was it him who
slapped the ball over?
He slapped the ball. Now that should be probably a penalty try, but Jesus, that was like there were parts of that I was watching it back, and the atmosphere, the crowd were going mental in that game. So as long and as boring as some of it was, the crowd really gave everything to Ireland.
Do you know what's a mad one? This is nuts to say. The James Ryan moment, if that doesn't happen, you know that movie, The Butterfly Effect? Wouldn't you love to see how it plays out?
It was game on. Ireland were playing
We're
well.
delusional, are we? Are we? Go on, South African supporters, jump in.
We had them.
We had you at a low.
5-5. Game on.
We won the second half, yes.
We did actually, didn't we? Yes, well, listen, best of luck to the provinces back again. It's great to see the URC back and get to see a lot of lads who haven't played much rugby over the last while to get some game time.
Just one, because there's an out of kind of competition game going on between Wales and South Africa. What do you make of that? Like, I know there's an awful lot of Ospreys involved in that Welsh team because they don't get access to their kind of French and their English players, so they're limited on numbers, and that will really affect them who are playing Edinburgh. And Tommy, as a proud Osprey man, you know what I mean? You're fighting for survival there in terms of, they said it's going to go down to 3, is it?
Yeah, well, listen, you look at the URC at the minute. The Ospreys are third from bottom. Dragons second from bottom. Scarlets are bottom. I mean, it's a fairly poor reflection on the Welsh teams at the moment. Cardiff, to be fair, are going quite well. They're up in third at the moment, fourth at the moment. But for the Ospreys and Scarlets, it looks like the WRU is going to turn the two of them into one, or one of them is just going to get chopped and we call the other one. So for the Ospreys, they are playing for their lives at the moment. They're playing to stay alive. And yes, whenever there's so many players who have been picked to play against South Africa this weekend, brilliant that they go to represent their country. But really, is this not a nothing fixture? Like, what is it's just a money-making exercise from Wales. And I know they need the money.
Everyone's had it now as well, Tommy. We did it too with the New Zealand game at the start.
True.
Yeah. So
okay, well done, Wales. Next thing, they'll be going to Chicago. Well, we're going to be going to America every year now. This is the thing.
I love it.
Right, yeah. Well, listen, the best of luck to Wales. I actually like to see that bit of fight back from Wales last weekend as well. Thought Lewis Rees-Zammit, that try he scored was class. Like a little bit like Ireland, they were beaten in the end and probably convincingly beaten, but I think they put it up to the All Blacks. So good on them. Showing a bit of fight.
They'll take, you know, the way everyone probably in your head you see Wales wooden spoon. That ain't happening. Sure, it's not the Six Nations. They'll do so much.
And like Wales, I think this is the year that they have. It's the right way around for them.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. They have England and France at home or something.
Yeah, I think so. So it makes it a little bit easier for them. I think they get the blues at home one year and all the other colours at home the next year.
Well, they are coming to the Fortress on the 6th of March, the day after our live show in the Ambassador. I mentioned we're doing a live show.
Is that the one in Cork that you're really desperately trying to sell?
No, that's Friday
Cork
the
people,
13th.
just buy a ticket.
Come on, Cork.
Friday the 13th. Says it all.
Says it all.
Listen,
brilliant.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of us having a rant about rugby. We'll
give the potatoes a try, lads, really.
They're brilliant, honestly, well worth it. And if you don't like, go out there and get yourself something in the Black Friday sales. Go support local. Well done to 15 Kings. Thank you, Donncha.
Good on you, Tommy.
See you, man.